Hey, hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Super Days with Super Dave. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm the host here, Director of Training with Best Life Creation Society. My name's Super Dave, and I'm really excited with what we're talking about here today. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Hope you're having a great evening. Hope you're having a great. Hope you're feeling great. Hope you are great. I'm really, really thrilled with what we're talking about here today. Really thrilled because we're talking about, and I just got off a class. We have so many beautiful trainings. With Best Life Creation Society, I do training 7 days a week. And so, hey Jen. So it was really, really powerful because it kind of kept coming up as a theme with every person that I worked with. But it was this idea of trusting your feelings. Yeah, I wanted to expand upon that a little bit with you guys today because trusting your feelings is really magical. Your feelings are your guide, and your feelings are your guide to your own alignment with who you truly are. In Best Life Creation Society, we talk a lot about this concept. Well, I'll just say it like this. Consider this. We have this concept in Best Life Creation Society that you have your mind. Your mind is the transmitting and receiving portion of who you truly are. It's the thing that puts out those beautiful thoughts. Hey, Janetta. It's the thing that you use to think about. You know, if you were to think of a boat, it's the mind transmitting those thoughts and those vibrations out there. We also have with us, hi Jen. We have with us our beautiful inner being. Think of inner being as that unlimited spiritual portion of us, whether you call it source or God or pure love vibration or energy or inner voice, inner child, collective consciousness, matrix, whatever you want to call it. Divine guidance. Some people have called it their intuition. Doesn't really matter what the synonym is. For sake of simplicity, we call it inner being with all the training that we do in Best Life. But think of inner being as that wonderful, connected spiritual essence of who you truly are. Like you are not this. You are not this. You are this beautiful, eternal, invincible, unlimited spirit. And so the reason we're talking today about trusting your feelings is because those feelings are from you. Those feelings are you being able to feel that connection with who you truly are. Those feelings are your wonderful internal guidance systems. So, oh, hi, Jenny. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to you. It's really, really powerful because when you can really tap into your own feelings, but more than anything, trust your feelings, oh, man, that is like such freedom. Because there's one other thing with this component with the idea of trusting your own feelings. It's really that you're trusting your feelings above anything and above anyone else. Think about that for a second. Just take that in. Isn't it true, guys, like out there, there's so many people that say, you should listen to me, or you should listen to this, or, oh my God, you're going to love this, or, oh, take a listen to this. You're just going to absolutely flip for it. But at the end of the day, you get to make that choice, whether you do flip over it or whether it really does resonate with you. Because it's really, what do you feel? It's what feels good to you. Not what feels good to mom, not what feels good to dad, not what feels good to your spouse or significant other, not what feels good to your mentor, not what feels good to your family and friends. It's really what feels good to you. Because when you start to tap into what feels good to you, you also start to initially, just by wonderful, beautiful law of attraction and your attention to it, you start to trust those feelings. Yeah. And it's so empowering when you start trusting what you're feeling. Like, it's so freeing when you can go, this feels good, this feels good, this feels good. That doesn't feel good. Well, cool. The fact that I know that it doesn't feel as good means that I don't have to listen to it, or I don't have to engage in that, or I could do something else. I could ignore that. I could go somewhere else. I could do a whole bunch of other different things. You mean you mean to tell me that all I have to do is to just trust my own alignment, and what feels good to me is what really matters? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And Best Life, this is what we talk about. There's so many personal development companies that are out there saying things like, do this and your life will change, right? Or purchase this, and if you purchase this, your life will improve. I'm going to say, from my own personal experience, no one really knows that. But if you can trust your own feelings, and if it does resonate with you, perfect. If it doesn't resonate with you, perfect. So I'm just going to kind of pause there. I see a couple people here. I'm going to see if you guys have any comments or any expansions on this idea of trusting your own feelings. Like maybe for you, what have you been finding with learning to trust your own feelings? Are you a person who maybe as you're watching this, whether you're watching the live recording or you're watching it just as the recorded replay, do you trust your feelings? Have you been led astray to have people say, no, your feelings don't count. Your feelings don't matter. Let's look at this logically. Or have you really been one to find yourselves aligned with your own feelings and going, yeah, it feels good to know that whatever feels good to me is all that matters. And really all that matters. That's so awesome. That's so empowering. That's so freeing. So yeah, I'm just going to pause for a second, see if you guys have any comments or anything that you want to say down in the section below. Good stuff. Really good stuff. You know, it's really powerful too, guys, because trusting your own feelings is also, it's kind of hard to describe, but it's kind of like knowing who you truly are, right? Like you don't need to impress anybody with what you feel, and you don't need to get anybody else's approval. And this whole idea of, I'll say it like this. A lot of people, when it comes to what they want, they think they need to justify why they want what they want. Take that in for a sec. They think that they need to go out there and be like, well, I really want it because I know that if I get this, then I can really help a lot of people. You don't need to justify what you want. You don't need to justify what you want. You want what you want because you want it. That's all you got to do. That's perfect. That's tied in with what we're talking about here today about trusting your feelings. Ooh, Jenny had a comment here. What is she saying here? So Jenny says, following Alice in Wonderland, she chased her feelings down a rabbit hole and found herself. Hey, that's a really great analogy, and I really love how you put it like that. It's very, very powerful, Jenny, and amen to that. Yeah, and it's really about trusting our own internal guidance. And it's really not even about necessarily, consider this, finding ourselves. It's about reestablishing that connection with who we truly are. You know, it's funny because I've heard people say, well, you can really lose that connection. You can't really lose it. To lose it would mean that we're no longer a part of this physical experience. Just consider that. But we can absolutely, especially if we're in a space of dissatisfaction, especially if we're in a space of worry or upset or anger or regret or any of those kind of negative emotions, pinch off that connection. So thanks again, Jenny. Love what you wrote here. Let's see here. Jen says something here. Jen and Jenny both commenting. I love it. So she's saying, trusting your own inner guidance is what matters most to you. All caps. It is the key to creating your own life instead of someone else's. Amen, Jen. Didn't mean to make that rhyme, but it did. Yeah, I mean, it's so true, right? I mean, amen, Jen, because it really is about trusting the life that you desire for you. What feels good to you. And whatever it is that feels good to you, you don't have to justify it. You don't have to prove it. In fact, I heard a really great quote. It's from one of our beautiful besties, Tammy Brown. She said, thinking that you need to prove something disproves it. Isn't that brilliant? Thinking that you need to prove something disproves it. None of you need to prove anything to anyone, especially yourself. And certainly not me. And certainly not anybody that is in Best Life. It's so, so powerful to know that you can just have what you want because you want it. And doesn't that feel more freeing than to think that you need to justify why you want what you want? Well, I really want this because I deserve it. You want it because you want it. And isn't it so freeing to know that that's all you need? That's it. Because then you can also trust your feelings of, you know, I want it because it makes me feel exhilarated, or I want it because I feel so happy, or I want it because it just adds to the vibration of me feeling so blessed. And that's it. No reason, no justification, no condemning, no criticizing, nothing. Just really fully, beautifully allowing everything to be. So Jenny says something else here too. Sorry, I shouldn't squint. Let's see here. She never thought she could fight dragons, but she learned that she could always stand up and fight the dragons she created in her own reality. Yeah. I mean, that's very, very true. I think the bigger piece with this too is that, consider this, guys, you don't need to fight anything. Ever. Anything you push against, consider this. Anything that you push against pushes back. Anything that you push against pushes back. So you don't need to fight your demons. And you don't need to, fight others. And you don't need to, really push against the opinions of other people. Just focus on you. Focus on what feels great to you. Focus on your own alignment. Focusing on trusting your own feelings. Even if other people don't necessarily approve. Because the question that comes up tends to be, well, if I'm really trusting in my feelings, can I do no wrong? No, you can't. Because everything is for you. And even if you were to experience some contrast, it's the universe's wonderful, beautiful way of saying, hey, guess what? You pop back into a space of what feels good to you, we got more expansion coming your way. Think about that for a second. That's so awesome. I hope you guys can feel my excitement through the, what is this? Oh yeah, the phone. When I say this, because all you gotta do is trust your feelings. It's not complicated. It's just not. It's all easy. It's all beautiful. It's all expansive. It's all, yeah. And that it can be so amazing and wonderful and beautiful. So, hi Stacy. Happy beautiful day to you too. It's brilliant, right? Because if you think about it from that perspective, you go, wait a minute. So you're telling me that I don't need anyone's approval. I only need to trust in how I feel. I don't have to push against anything or anyone. And this can all just be easy and fulfilling and fun. That's exactly what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. And when you can tap into that, guys, it's such a feeling of freedom. I'll give you guys a perfect example, okay? Earlier this week, I had a chance. The weather here in Colorado was beautiful. Right now, it's kind of in the 40s, and so wonderful contrast. Still real pretty. We may get some snow tonight. We'll just see. But a couple days ago, it was in the 70s. Gorgeous day. For some reason, I felt inspired to go and clean my trunk. It's where I keep my tools. I do some extra side work, some extra construction work. And I felt really inspired to just clean it. And I was just having such a good time that I was out there using my vacuum in the trunk. And it wasn't just the hose, it was the full vacuum. And hello, Victor. And it was really funny because I had the whole vacuum and I was vacuuming the inside of my trunk. Just, but it gets even funnier, guys. My hair was like, this side was sticking straight up and this was completely flat like this. So I kind of look like, oh, see, I'm almost duplicating it right there. So I just, I looked a little off. So, but, there we go. A little bit more volume. So it's a little more uniform. Yay. And I'm just having the time of my life. And I'm just vacuuming and I'm just feeling so good and I'm getting things organized. And right about that time, some teenagers drove by and they gave me a look like if looks could kill, right? And guess what I did? I smiled and I waved. Because when you trust your feelings, you don't care what other people think about you anymore. It doesn't matter. You let them be in their beautiful space too. That's the magic. When we shine from our own space of alignment, we allow those around us to shine from their space as well. And you know what? I really feel in that beautiful moment, I gave them a blessing. Who knows? Maybe those guys went home and they were going, man, that guy does not care what anybody thinks about him. I bet that feels so free. I hope I could have that someday. And guess what? They'd be right. But whether they thought about that or felt that or were thinking about that, it doesn't matter. It didn't change my vibration at all. If anything, It just ramped it up and it made me go, woohoo, man, it feels so good to be so free. Just so awesome. So I saw a couple of really amazing comments here. So I'm going to just go back here. Let's hear the dragons. Yes, Dave, preach. Oh, thanks, Jenny. Love you. So Jen says, so powerful. One person in alignment is more powerful than millions who aren't. And that power comes from pure love energy. Mwah! Totally true, Jen. Love you lots. So true. I mean, it really is about just your own individual alignment is more powerful than the millions who aren't. Like, when you start to look at it from that point of view and you go, wait a minute, I have the freedom to not let anybody else's vibration shift my vibration. Oh my gosh, I am so free. And I really feel this, guys. You get to a point where it's like, you mean, are you saying that I have the freedom to not tolerate anything less than satisfaction? I'm like, that's exactly what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. You all watching this, whether you're watching the recording or the live training on this right now, have the freedom to not tolerate anything less than satisfaction. That means anything. That means anything. And how do we do that? We do that by trusting our feelings. And if we do experience the contrast, here's the big key. This is another beautiful fine-tune adjustment with this. Maybe an expansion for some of you. Acknowledge what you feel. Don't ignore it. The title of today's training is called Trust Your Feelings. So trust what you feel. But then if it's something that it's not what you're desiring, acknowledge it. And then a very gentle question that we do in our training is we say something along the lines of, what is it that I really want? Right? It could be anything. Right? Let's just go back to my story. Let's say that those teenage boys, made me feel some sort of doubt or nervousness or whatever in my own vibration. Here's what I would have said. Okay, I'm feeling very doubtful. Okay, I don't want that. What is it that I really want? And pivot right there. You guys don't have to tolerate anything less than satisfaction in every aspect and in every area of your life. You guys are absolutely amazing and brilliant and beautiful and perfect. Yeah, you heard me. Amazing, awesome, beautiful, perfect. You're doing everything right. Happy day, Mirvet. Nice to see you again. It was great seeing you earlier on Tenica and Breet and Ami's amazing Dream Team Facebook Live earlier today too. A couple more comments I want to read here. These are some good stuff. I love that you guys are interacting with this. I'm really glad that we're talking about this subject. We're just about to wrap up here in a few minutes, but it says, amazing quote of the day. I'm having the time of my life just cleaning and vacuuming. Totally get you, ha ha ha, my kind of day. So free to clean, ha ha ha. Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing too, Jenny, and thank you for that comment, is that if it didn't feel good to clean, if I didn't feel inspired to clean, I wouldn't have. But what would I have done? I don't know, but something else that would have felt good. That's the key, guys. We're so free that we can be happy and we can be free and we can feel good no matter what. We have the freedom to feel unconditionally good and to feel good unconditionally. That means even if it was snowing and I was in a blizzard and I was around a whole bunch of people that were in a rough mood, I can still feel happy. I have that freedom, but so do you. All it takes is just a little bit of practice of recognizing and realizing your own potential and your own connection to that pure potential. So just brilliant and awesome. Okay, so let's see. Got some more quotes. Woohoo! So she said, this is from Jenny again. She says, we can be happy doing anything that makes us happy. You are so right. You may not want the inside of a teenager's car either. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. I mean, it's very true. But the cool thing is too, is that even if I saw that, I would just be able to recognize it if it was something that felt good. And if it wasn't something that felt good, I could just go, contrast. Pretty cool. Pretty cool that we came to this beautiful life experience to have and express our own beautiful diversity. Oh, isn't it awesome that we're all different? Isn't it awesome that we're all so wonderfully unique? Isn't it awesome that my alignment is not going to be like your alignment, and your alignment is not going to be like your friend's alignment, and your friend's alignment is not going to be like your mom's alignment, and it doesn't need to be. And when you're in your beautiful aligned space, you will draw in and attract all the things that are in that aligned vibration. peakable circumstances, situations, events, you're basically in the receiving mode. Everything that you've ever asked for, think of it like this, gang. It's out there in this big, beautiful energy known as the vortex. Consider this. This may be a stretch, but just consider this. It's this beautiful energy. It's swirling. It's twirling. It's connected to all that is. You know, you've heard people say, like, you know, the universe has my back. That's the vortex. But in order to really get into that moment where you can be in that receiving mode of the vortex, you no longer need to keep asking. You no longer need to keep writing down affirmation after affirmation after affirmation, unless it feels good. You no longer need to go, well, I really want this. Maybe if I ask harder. Because that goes against everything that we're talking about. That's not trusting your feelings. That's trying to push a feeling in there. Can you guys feel that? Well, guess what? The universe feels that resistance too. And it's like, oh, you're putting out resistance. Guess what? Here's some more resistance. But when you're just in that beautiful space of feeling good, we ask for the things that we want because we feel we're going to feel better in the receiving of them. Ta-da! How beautiful and brilliant is that, right, guys? We feel that we're going to feel better in the receiving of what we ask for. So when we feel good and we're in that beautiful receiving mode, and I hope you guys can feel that. Oh, I just felt that a second ago. Oof. It's just awesome. And it's for all of us. This is not just isolated to the gurus. This is not just isolated to, you know, the successful, whatever the heck that means, you know. My definition of success is, are you feeling good? Are you happy with life? Are you knowing that every moment is yours to co-create? Guess what? In my eyes, you're successful. Keep doing it. You're doing amazing. You're doing absolutely phenomenal. So I got some more beautiful comments here, so I'm going to go back and read here. Let's see here. Jen says, we came into this life experience eager to experience all of it, knowing that we can only get it right and that our choices and preferences are expanding all that is. Amen, Jen. Yep. So everything you're doing is perfect. And everything you're doing is right. And you're never going to fully get it done because life is a journey. It's not a destination. You know, and when you feel good and you enjoy it, enjoy it. Relish in it. Delight in it. And then, what do I want to feel next? What feels good next? Not, oh God, I got to hurry up and figure out what I want next because if I don't do that, I'm not going to get what I want. And I'm going to... Can you feel that energy? But now, contrast it with this. Oh man, it feels so good to know that I'm doing great. God, this feels so good. What would feel good next? Yeah, ice cream. Ooh, yeah. Right? That was an experience that I had last week. Oh, absolutely delightful. Just delightful. We have the ability to have that much joy in everything that we do. Yeah, it's that powerful. Let's see here, a couple more comments. Man, you guys are just blowing up the comments. I love it. So it says here, I hope people who don't know me can feel my love. All of this is in fun and support. Yeah, I can feel it. Jenny, you're amazing. You're incredible. So just keep shining brightly and doing absolutely amazing, you know? Yeah, Jen says right after too, when you are in alignment with your inner being, soul, spirit, connection to God's source, you are leveraging the power that creates worlds. Amen. You're tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to all that is. You've heard that phrase, you know, the mountains move before you. That's what we're talking about. You don't need to figure out how. You don't need to figure out the wherewithals. You don't need to figure out the who. You don't need to figure out the circumstances. All you got to do is feel good. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure every single person that's watching this has had a moment where they've just been like, you know what? Whether it was like they were just feeling so good and something just came in, or they just threw up their hands like, you know what? I'm just leaving this up to God, or I'm just leaving this up to universe. And then guess what? It happened. This is exactly what we're talking about. You eliminate that resistance, you connect to all that is, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Jenny says, life is a buffet. Taste it all. Go back for whatever you want. That's exactly right. And don't bother waiting for crab legs. Haha, the big kids gobble them up. Jenny, you're a hoot. You know, just kidding. Crab legs are always worth the queue. Oh, Jenny, you're an absolute delight. You know, and the other thing too, and I love that you shared that, Jenny. Thank you so much. Is that when it comes to the buffet of life, if someone else likes things that you don't like, or you like things that they don't like, don't hold it against them. Perfect. You don't need to turn your nose up if someone likes coleslaw and you don't. Just as much as you don't need to, think that they're going to turn your nose up at you. It's just about feeling what feels good to you. You can take what you want and leave what you don't, and taste and choose, and down the road, maybe your tastes change. I'll tell you one thing that's really happened for me with my own taste, because this ties in perfectly with what we're talking about. You guys ever heard of the vegetable jicama? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I really, really love jicama now. I mean, I love it. It's a vegetable that, from my opinion, because it's so sweet and delicious and crunchy, tastes like a fruit. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting the best of both worlds. I get fiber and it's sweet. Yahoo! But I can tell you, a couple years ago, I would not eat jicama. I would not do anything with it. I wouldn't want to have anything to do with it. So you could say my buffet tastes changed. Perfect. We're all evolving beings. We have the ability to flex and to fluctuate and to shift and to evolve. And even though I know we're talking about food, the same thing can happen with your desires. It's just about trusting what feels good for you in that moment. And if you're like, well, this doesn't feel good anymore, perfect. You don't need to justify it. Find what feels good next. Inner being's not going to be like, uh-oh, you said you're going to do this and you didn't. No. And it's not going to be like, oh, you're a flake. You said you were going to do this and now you changed your mind. Also, no. Inner being is only at that vibration of satisfaction and above. So think about that for a second. Satisfaction. Just take that in for a second. Satisfaction. My own personal satisfaction, right? Whatever that is for you, it is for you. Joy, happiness, bliss, peacefulness. If you want more momentum and more speed, maybe it's excitement. Maybe it's exuberance. Maybe it's ultimate bliss. Maybe it's just knowingness. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's certainty. Maybe it's clarity. Whatever it is for you guys, it is for you guys. And that's perfect. So, yeah, I agree, Jen. Yeah, just awesome and incredible, Jenny. Just amazing comments. So, yeah, guys, this is it. It's simple. Simple in design, simple in principle, simple in execution. Just trust your feelings. Not because I said so, and not because, I have all the answers. No. But guess what does? You. When you're connected to your true inner being, when you're connected to that God, source, pure love energy of who we truly are, you have all the answers. You have all the answers. You know everything. And you don't need to know it all at once. Sometimes it'll come right to you. Sometimes it'll happen in bits and pieces. And it's all perfect. And again, everything that you guys are doing right now is absolutely perfect and divine. So just keep shining. And with that being said, I want to let you guys know that we have an event coming up at the end of May. Best Life Creation Society is so pleased to present our event called AlignNShine. And I am beyond thrilled about it. I'll be doing some of the training. Some of the other besties and instructors will be doing some of the training too. And we're also incorporating it with the Abraham event. There's an Abraham workshop happening in Denver on June 1st. And then our Best Life event is May 31st through June 2nd. But if you're interested in that at all, please go to our website. It's www.bestlifecreationsociety.com/events. We'll also make sure that we put it here. Boom! Look at that. See? Ask and ye shall receive. Thank you, Jen. Love you. It's going to be great. I'm really, really thrilled about it. The closer we get to it, the more I feel my excitement ramping up with it. But it's for all of you guys. This is my cordial invitation to all of you. You don't have to be just a Best Life member to come. If you want to just go to the Best Life portion, you can. If you want to come to the Abraham event and that, you can. If you only want to come to the Best Life event and not the Abraham event, you have that freedom too. The Abraham event has a very specific pricing. You can find out all about that on our website. It's got a direct link there. And the Best Life event is free, but we're opening it up to all guests and all beautiful people that are ready to feel their own connection, to feel all these things that I'm talking about, to learn to really trust their feelings, and to know that it's okay to feel what you feel. You didn't come here to all be the same. You came here to express and delight in your own beautiful diversity. And if you do have any other questions or want any connection, feel free to like us on Facebook here. We do Facebook Live videos. 6 days a week, 5 days a week, a lot of days of the week. And you can also find our schedule there too on bestlifecreationsociety.com. And yeah, oh, excuse me. Didn't mean to burp. Woo, good stuff. Probably some of that jicama from earlier. All perfect. I love you guys so, so much. Go out there and shine. Go out there and align. Trust your feelings. Everything that you're feeling right now is absolutely perfect. And I will say this, and I can say this from my own personal space of my own alignment. Guys, when you just trust your feelings, no matter what you're feeling, when you know that you have the freedom to continue to feel what feels good to you, and if it doesn't, to pivot back into what does feel good to you, the world's yours. The world's your oyster. And not because you're doing anything for the taking, but because you're wonderfully, beautifully co-creating. So I love you guys so, so much. And until we speak again, this is Super Dave, the Director of Training with Best Life Creation Society, signing off and saying that I love you guys so, so much. Mensur, hello, hello. Everyone, hello, hello. Jenny, Jen, all you guys, all you beautiful beings, go out there and continue aligning and shining. We'll talk again soon. Thanks, you guys. Bye-bye.